everyone. I'm so excited to be back. I know it's been a while. More details on what I've been up to in another video. This video, I'm super excited because I have someone really special with me. When I started the Girlfriend Connection YouTube channel, I always wanted to have another person or a couple more people on the camera with me so we can have different POVs. And I was finally able to make that happen. I have my dear friend Amanda with me. Hello, Amanda. So, Amanda, how do we know each other?
Girl. So we met at the gym.
Mhm.
Look at us, fit baddies meeting at the gym. No, so we met at the gym, and I think, oh, I don't want to be rude. I do not remember her name, but your coworker,
Mhm.
um,
Dolly.
Dali. Yeah, I met her at the gym, and then she said that she was gonna bring her boss. I said, "You gonna bring your boss to the gym?" And it was you. And then from day one, you've always been super bubbly, super friendly, and whatnot. So, yeah. So the gym that we went to, I really love that gym. I don't go there anymore, but the environment, just like meeting you, like everybody's super friendly and stuff like that. So yeah. And then the rest is history.
Yes, and lately we've actually gotten even more close because we've been doing a lot of stuff with our businesses. I'm a small business owner now. You're a small business owner. You do a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah, I do. My friends are always like, "When aren't you busy?" And I'm like, "Girl, that's what I'm saying." So, yeah, so I do project managing for my full-time job, the one that pays. And I've been in construction for a while. I always say, like, if you're in Houston, there's three things you can do: construction, work in a hospital, any medical field, or like hospitality when it comes to
Mhm.
like travel, food, and stuff like that, because this is the hub for it for sure. But yeah, and then now I have so I've been shooting photography since like 2010. My aunt, she does this thing where like she doesn't have kids, so like for her nephews and nieces, she gives them like a ring for their 16th birthday.
Mhm.
And I don't know how the conversation came across, but she actually gifted me my first Canon camera, and it was a Canon Rebel, and so I've been shooting with that ever since. I think it was like 2010, whatever the math is on that for today. What, 13 years?
Yeah.
So in 2014, I just remember that date because that's when I graduated. Not me aging myself, but I started shooting people's senior
Mhm.
pictures and stuff like that. And so I think I came back to it, let it go a couple of times. Um, but now, like, I feel more a strong calling to design, and I
Mhm.
think design and photography, and just like any other art form, really go hand in hand. Um, so yeah, so now I'm here doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
so
cool. Which you've actually helped me with a lot of stuff,
yeah.
and I'm always texting you and sending you things. So I'm really glad you are into that because I've definitely used it to my advantage.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
We have this awesome production crew here
Yes.
today. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's fun. So I definitely enjoy it, and it's super creative. One thing I really like, though, well, I see it this way when it comes to like creatives in general, is like there's so many photographers,
Mhm.
and I just don't think it should be competitive. Like, oh, there's another photographer
Yeah.
in the room. Like we shouldn't be against each other. We should be like become creatives and collab together. So I really like that concept. Not everybody sees it that way though. So
Yeah, that's a fact. And that's kind of like in everyday normal aspects of life. Like we
hmm
should be together, but we're not.
yeah.
And you said like we met at the gym.
hmm
Now, me personally, the gym that we met at is like my first time being in like a group fitness type,
Mm.
besides like cycling there, but I wasn't there very long
Yeah, and there's not
before.
much of a community with cycling.
Yeah.
It's very, I guess, borderline competitive.
I don't know about the competitive because baby, I was not
She
winning
said, "I'm here for
anything.
the vibes."
Yeah, I was just trying to get a sweat in. But a lot of times when we enter in like to gyms or just certain new environments, there's always the thing like, oh, I don't know if such these people will like me and da,
hmm
da, da. And you said like I've always had a bubbly personality, and it's always so strange when people tell me that because I've always felt like I'm really shy, I'm really reserved. Like I do have, as y'all know, I do have social anxiety. I speak about that a lot. So I don't feel like I have that bubble personality unless I know
hmm
you or if I really talk to you because then I'll know, okay, you're comfortable with my jokes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm not corny, I'm actually funny, but a little corny still.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
So, and it's so funny you said that because I'm always like something I've said before, I've said multiple times, I regret saying it. It's so cringy now, but I've told friends or in the past, like, oh, I didn't know I was gonna like you until
Oh,
I knew you. And I think that's so rude to say, especially to a person you consider a friend now,
yeah.
because, like, okay, well, what did you think I was?
It makes
Especially before even getting to know you.
yeah, it makes that person self-conscious. Yeah,
Yes, like I have to rethink everything about the experience, and like I've been on the receiving end of it as well,
yeah.
because I will and overthinker here.
Yeah, amen.
I will say like, okay, well, what was it about me that you didn't even like me? What like, but now you do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like what? I don't know. To me, I get like that. What about you?
Um, so yeah, growing up, I'm a big girl. We 5'9" up here. So I was always intimidating to other
Hmm.
people. So I get that a lot. Do you remember in, I don't know if it was MySpace, I think it was Facebook, where you could be like for TBH.
Oh yeah.
So, and so right now Facebook has the memories. So I get a lot of those, like the memories of those. And it's like, TBH, you were scary at first. Or like, I thought you were mean at first. But now I know that you're super da da da. So I've
Such
definitely,
adjectives.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Let's hang out later. So yeah, so it definitely makes you feel, I don't know, it depends, I guess, how you perceive it, because it's like, okay, great, I'm growing. Like
Hmm.
now they like me, now they know I'm a better person, or it's like, dang, like what is it about me that makes me, feel like a BTCIA, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I will say I do have what is it? Resting bitch face,
Hmm.
RBF. So I think that has a lot to play with
Hmm.
it as well. And I think majority of women do. And I don't know if majority of women just have it because it's a defense mechanism. So like that kind of thing. So I think that comes into play with it as well. Because most of the time I'm just like, I'm observing, I'm watching everybody. I'm like, can't even see it. Like, So I think the art between the
Heavy on the
RB,
can't see.
exactly, yeah. So with the RBF and just like people not knowing me, being taught, I've gotten that so much. So now I'm like dust off the shoulder kind of thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. That's what everybody says. So I'm like, lucky you. Now you know me.
So I feel like when I've said it to people without even knowing them, it's definitely based off third parties
Mm-hmm.
and miscommunication.
Mm,
Or
yeah.
not even miscommunication because there's no communication with me. It's just
Mm-hmm.
third party
Assumption.
misinformation, I should say, not communication. And basing those opinions. And I've even just recently, and like not yesterday recently, but maybe in the last 5 years or so, like had misinformation come to me and I'd be like, oh, I don't think me and this person will get along. But I have to take a step back and like I'm a very humble person. Like I have lots of humility. Like
Mm-hmm.
all you have to do, like if someone could tell me like, nah, you look at it from this point of view, and I can like take a step back and be like, you know what, you're right. Let me give this person a chance because I could be listening to the wrong
Yeah.
information right now.
Yeah.
And usually that's what happens, or that's has been my experience before. And I'm sure maybe someone, me being on the receiving end that I don't even know of, think actually I would prefer not to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ever had any ill feelings towards me before even knowing me and you've like me now, like don't tell me.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me because I will think back from the very first moment I laid eyes on you and be like, what did I do? So please don't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Please do not tell me. Just continue loving me. So I feel like misinformation has definitely been like a key factor to that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think sometimes I've said this before, I think that we get so like shy or kind of like not willing to be out there with people, like wanting to make the first move per se. Is like,
Yeah.
well, no one spoke to me. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get like stuck in that, like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't think that person likes me.
You know who I see that more in is like younger
Mhm.
generations. Like I definitely see that in younger generations. Like, not to call anybody out, but I have a friend.
Mhm.
This friend, uh, she's very shy.
Mhm.
She's like very, she's younger. I think she's like in her she's like 20 something. Um, but she has that attitude. She's just like she's very serious. She's like, well, she's like no one came to talk to me. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I'm not gonna make the first move. And I'm like, why are you like that? Like, for me, I'm like I'm a Leo. I'm bubbly. I'm like whatever that means, right? But I'm like I want to make friends. Like I want to like in high school it's so easy to make friends, but
Mhm.
like when you're an adult it's harder.
Yeah.
So for her to say that, I'm like, girl, I was like friends with everybody at your age. So I want to say like part I've seen it mostly in a younger generation where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say anything to them, but I think it has a lot to do with technology. Like we're so
Yeah.
behind the screen so many times and stuff like that. That
We're connected but disconnected.
yeah, and so I think like that is where that comes from, where they're so used to being behind a screen, so that when they're in person, they're like almost stage fright, like
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm actually near these people or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think it comes from that. It stems from that as well.
I mean, a lot of us have anxiety too, so
Mhm.
and we're overthinkers. I
Mhm.
want to say 99% of us are overthinkers, and we will dramatize a situation that has not even happened,
Yeah.
but just like all the what ifs of it. What if this or what if that or I don't
100%.
know what if it happens. I'm like I drama. My whole life is dramatized. So main
She said it's
character
my show.
energy. Yeah, main character energy, and there's no show, no
This is the
supporting
show.
characters. So I think how I've gotten to a point where I kind of what you said, like speak first. Like I am shy, but I'll still speak first. Like I don't have a
Mhm.
problem like going up and talking to random people. I'll always I enter the room with strangers, but I'll try to leave as friends, and that's a
Yeah.
problem. Like
Mm.
I'm a person after 30 minutes of knowing you, we're besties. Like
Yeah. Why are we not getting dinner right now?
yes,
Yeah.
like we're besties. So in my head, I'm sure like that's probably not the safest, thing to do, but I
You
do
can judge
that
a
just
person.
yeah. I kind of do that just so I can get out of my own shell, and just in case like if they're having anxiety or they're shy,
Mhm.
just to make it easy for them to open up. Now, I will be here. I will be on 100,000, and they probably are on 50.
Yeah.
So it may come off as annoying to people. Hopefully that they see that though, or at least I'm hoping that they're receiving it as like, okay, she's just a little chippery.
Yeah. She's just a bubbly
Yeah,
person.
she's just bubbly. So I may not actually be that bubbly, but hopefully I'm coming off that way.
Yeah.
Just so we can all put our defense mechanisms out. Because I feel like we'll all individually just have these walls up.
Yeah. No, I definitely perceive you as bubbly. I yesterday you had me laughing. We were at She Connects
Hmm.
and She Connects and Chills.
Yeah, it's very chill.
Um,
I was not very chill yesterday.
yeah,
I was
yesterday you
very,
were not chill.
very
You were
stressed.
cracking me up because you were like, what? Like the I forgot her name. Oh my God.
Tia.
Tia. When Tia would say something and you were like,
Yeah. So
so yeah.
She Connects and Chill is a networking mixer or a social hangout that me and another co-host, Ashley from Bama, Texas, or Bama, Tex, we get some ladies together and we just vibe and we talk about our small business. And the topic yesterday was finances, taxes, things like that. And we had an accountant there who was like to help us guys answer general questions. And I was not prepared. Mind you, I brought the accountant. So you'd think that I was like, oh yeah, I got this.
I know what's coming.
No, I was not ready for what was going on yesterday. There was numbers, words I've never heard. So
I learned the
I
difference between sales tax and franchise
franchise
tax.
tax, yeah.
Did I learn the exact definition? No.
Yeah, no.
I just know that I'm filing franchise tax. Whatever that means. Ah, so yeah.
I'll file eventually. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You have till next February apparently.
Next February 2025?
No, 2024.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's
According to the Trump, what is it? Trump comptroller?
Trump, yeah, Texas
Don't make me say
comptroller.
words I don't know.
That's another issue with me. I will mispronounce words. That's another
Mhm.
reason why I don't like talking to people.
Amen.
Because I will mispronounce words.
My boyfriend will tell you I'll make
Yeah.
up words.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, that's me. I always tell people, oh, my first language, English isn't my first language. Hick is.
Mm.
Because there's some words I don't know. And
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm real confident when I say them.
100%.
Yeah.
Me singing song lyrics in the car, like sometimes me and my boyfriend will be singing together, and then he like stops and he looks at me, and I'm like, "This the remix." I don't know what the I'm singing the
I
correct
don't know what
lyrics.
you heard.
This the remix on the radio. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, well, funny enough, English is not my first language.
Mhm.
Spanish is, and that really messed me up. So my mom taught me Spanish at home, and then I learned English at school. So now I can't speak either one
Oh,
well
wow.
at all. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Neither one is good. I can't write either
Well,
one
I
of
mean, at
them.
least it's two.
Huh?
At least it's two.
Yeah, bilingual.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you have a like a group of girlfriends that you felt like you didn't have that connection with that first, but then it later developed?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, did you ever tell them like, oh, I didn't think I would?
No, you just like it's again, it's one of those conversations you
Hmm.
just don't have.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you should like you said, you shouldn't tell somebody you don't feel comfortable with them, because then it's like, and then you like create that.
Hmm.
So it's like you just don't say it, like,
Yeah.
and it just never happened. I do have a group of girls that I felt that with, and then it's just because we didn't know each other. Like I
Hmm.
knew one person in the group, the one that invited me, and then we would hang out, and then eventually you just start to meet everybody and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So yeah, and then people trickle off, like you connect with people outside of the group, and then you hang out and see if it
Yeah.
works and stuff like that. And then sometimes it doesn't. I will say, making friends recently, I've tried to like rekindle with old girlfriends,
Hmm.
like from like the past and stuff like that. And again, sometimes it's good, and then sometimes it's like, I'm glad we met. I'm glad we rekindled, but it's probably not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
So you outgrow people.
That's definitely true. So, because I'm not saying that we have to 100% braid each other's hair,
Stop the
friendship
cap.
bracelets,
I need
we
it though.
have to get along, but I always feel like, okay, am I trying?
Mhm.
Like, am I really trying? Because
Mhm.
if I told someone or if I thought like I never liked them, like what made me try?
Mhm.
Like, I hope it wasn't something that benefited me.
Mhm.
Because I mean, why else would we have connected?
Yeah.
So hopefully it wasn't something that benefited me. And then I'm like, the friendship is actually a friendship and not just based off like something selfish,
Yeah.
some selfish reason.
There's a word for that, but yes, I know what
Yeah.
you're trying to think. But the worst that happens to me is where I feel like I'm trying too hard.
Mhm. Oh,
Um, I
that's
have a certain
definitely me.
relationship that I recently just went through that. Like I felt like I was giving like a lot, like I was initiating the
Mhm.
conversation. Like we would talk and I'm like, hey, how's your day going? Good. And they would never ask any questions about me. So I was like, are they just a social awkward person,
Mhm.
or like, you know what I mean? So like a couple of times later when we've talked again, same thing. Like I was asking all the questions, I was putting the energy into the
Mhm.
relationship. So eventually I was like, I sat them down and I was like, hey, like this is how I feel. You seem to not really want to get to know me at all. I was like, I don't think you've ever asked me any deep questions about me, like what I like to
Wait,
do,
you
what I
had this
do.
conversation?
Oh yeah, I'm
That's
real.
so brave. I'm scared.
I'm ready
I
to
could
fight.
never.
One time, I will segue rabbit hole. One time, my bestie, she liked a guy and they were texting, and she's like, he hasn't asked me on a date. I texted that man and I said, if you don't ask her on a goddamn date, and then they went on a date and then they never spoke to each other
Oh
again.
wow. Way to set them up.
Yeah, so yeah, I especially if it's not about me, I'm gonna message that person
Yeah.
and whatnot. But
Oh, okay. So,
no, this person definitely was a direct relationship, and I sat them down and I was like, "Hey, can we talk? Do you have a second?"
mhm.
And I told him I was like, "Hey, I feel like it's really one-sided with you. I feel like you genuinely don't want to get to know me.
Mm.
And if that's the case, then okay. Like if you don't want to be my friend, then you don't have to be my friend." And they're like, "No, okay, like I definitely want to be your friend." They're like, "I'm sorry, like I'm an XYZ or whatever." They're like, "I definitely didn't see it that
Mhm.
way." And we're like, "Okay, like yeah." And they continue doing that same thing, and that gave me the, what a green light, I guess,
Yeah.
to say like, okay, this person clearly doesn't want to be on that level
Yeah.
with me that is the expected level to be in a friendship. So yeah, so now we just keep it casual. Like we say hi to each other, whatever, when we cross each other, and then that's kind of about it. I don't go the extra mile to invite them anywhere or anything like that because I'm like, I'm not going to force it
Yeah.
and then later feel weird about it. So I'm like, that's one friend. The next friend, and
there's a,
no,
there's
but
a list of them.
yeah, exactly. And it's been like that. Like I've had a couple of friends. We went out like in a group setting. We were great together, and then we went out one on one, and it was like awkward. It was
Awkward.
three of us, and it was just like awkward. And I'm like, why is it awkward? We had a great time. Like and I really like it was like one girl was like on her phone the whole time. The other one was like struggling to make conversation. And I was like, and then one thing I'm gonna tell y'all: if y'all go out to eat with somebody and it's already like 9 o'clock, and they're like, we should do something else after, go home. Go home. Everybody, go home. Go home. nothing good happens after what? What is it? Is it saying
It's
nothing?
like 11 o'clock or something,
No, I
or
think it's
1
like 2
1 a.m.
a.m., 1
Yeah, yeah.
a.m.
No, there's nothing open.
Oh, I'm
Waffle
old.
House and Licks.
Oh my God, I just got a cramp. I'm old. Yeah. So like, if y'all are done having dinner and they want to go home. It's not even worth it because that's what happened when we went out somewhere else after, and it was awkward. And I was like,
Oh.
and then we never hung out ever again. So
Oh.
I was like, maybe, and then, so I feel like, I'm like, maybe it would have been saved. Maybe it would have been better if we didn't go out to eat, or like
Mhm.
if we didn't do the after activity or whatever after eating. Because during the dinner or whatever, it felt fine, you
Mhm.
know. Like I think when you're eating, you're like busy or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then you have that guilt where it's like, was it me? Was it them?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So
Oh yeah. I definitely understand that. I mean, you're queen of overthinking text messages. I'll
mm-hmm,
reread text messages. I will overthink hangouts. I'm like,
mm-hmm,
oh, should I have said that? Or
mm-hmm.
did I not say it? I don't, blah, blah, blah. Anything.
Yeah.
So I definitely get that. So I guess to me, I feel like in those situations like that, like casual friends are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not everybody's going to be your best friend.
Amen.
Casual friends are fine. I'm down with casual friend. Like if you want a casual friendship, we're good. Or, and when I say casual, I mean like the hi bye type things, like
Yeah.
friend of friends. Because I definitely have really good friends, but their friends, maybe we aren't cool like that. Like we aren't close like
Yeah.
that, and we probably won't ever be close like that. I just, I would like to. I would like to be best friends with everyone. I mean, in a
Yeah.
perfect world, we're living on a pot of land. We're retiring. Like the goal. We're living our best Golden Girl lives.
You know what vibe you give me off of Mean Girls when they're like doing the confession and that like random girl comes
Oh
out. She's
yeah.
like, I just want us all to be friends. He's like, she doesn't even go here. That's the
Oh, apparently
vibe.
I don't go here because I that is like my dream thing. If all of our women friendships can end that way, and unfortunately it won't.
Yeah.
But I guess going forward, I think for me, someone told me, so actually not going forward, stepping back. As I was like thinking about this, and I actually had this conversation with someone before or recently, and she was like, sometimes really good friendships happen out of that, like people having
Mm-hmm.
preconceived notions.
Yeah.
And I have yet to have a really good friendship out of a preconceived notion. Not saying it was like really negative, but
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to kind of like, okay, will it end? Will it be good? Because even like my friends, like my really, really good friends now, I didn't have preconceived notions of them. And if I did, it was more about me than them.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I felt
The
that
overthinking.
they probably wouldn't like me
Mm-hmm.
because of my own like insecurities or depression or anxiety that I
Yeah.
am dealing with or was dealing with. So that's why I felt they wouldn't like me not liking them before knowing them. And if they had a preconceived notion about me, I do not know. Again, reminder, do not tell me. Please don't tell me. I won't handle it well. I will cry. But I have you, and when someone's told you like a preconceived notion, do you still have those relationships? Like, do you still feel like you can have a good relationship? Like, do you currently have one?
I don't think I'm friends with any of those people. I think most of the people that I was thinking of, um, they're just like Facebook friends now.
Mm,
So they had a negative thing, a negative
notion, preconceived
notion
notion.
about me. Yeah, they just on Facebook now. But I've been cleaning out my Facebook and my Instagram. I'm
Hmm.
like, if you ain't liking none of my stuff and you're just creeping, you're out. So even those friends, I'm starting to clean out because it's like there's so many there's so many people on social media who are just there. They don't even like your pictures. They don't even like them or like
Like
support you.
engaging.
Yeah, they don't engage. They don't support. They're just lurking. So stop lurking and start liking.
Mm.
Giving a like doesn't cost you a dang thing. Y'all
Mhm.
are worse than those McDonald's workers who don't want to hand out condiments. It don't cost you a thing. Give me the like. Give me the condiments. Give me the extra spicy ketchup.
What was the preconceived notion again? Just kidding.
Mean, aggressive,
Right?
not me.
Was
No.
it something about social media?
Yeah, no kidding. Um, so yeah, so I mean, if the friendship doesn't work out, I'm learning to like, don't stress yourself about it. Like, I feel like as an adult, I do feel more pressure to
Mhm.
like make friends because um, I heard something recently. It's like with people you grew up in school, you experienced life together.
Yeah.
Like you may have not hung out after school, but you at least experienced like this horrible teacher
Yeah.
together. But now as adults with friends, we literally just hang out and catch up. We're not experiencing life together anymore. We're like, hey, how was your weekend? How was this? How was this?
Yeah.
And you have dinner and you go.
That's facts.
So like with those people, those friends on Facebook, you keep them around, I guess, because you did have that life experience together. So okay, you can stay, fine. But yeah.
To me, I feel like I would overthink it for a while,
Mhm.
or I would be more so in my head about it, wondering like, do they still feel that way?
Yeah.
So I can see myself still being friends. I would hope that whatever the reason was, it was so trivial that it doesn't even matter and that our friendship outweighs that.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, I'm always talking about giving ourselves grace, giving our friends grace. So that's all I would hope that's how I would handle it if someone today came to me and said, I had a preconceived notion. I mean, of course, I wouldn't say it like that, but I would hope that I would say that, like, okay, like, oh, we're cool now. That's all
Yeah.
that matters. But please do not tell me because I'm going to cry. I'm letting you know. I will cry. So give each other grace, give yourself grace,
Mm.
give them grace. And honestly, we already have so many things working against us and so many critiques and
Yeah.
judgments against us as women.
Mhm.
Like, let's not do it to each other.
Right.
Let's not do it to people that you consider a friend.
Yeah.
Just go into every friendship open heart, open mind,
100%.
and we don't know what will come from that. And honestly, if you're telling a person that and then you end up regretting it or you
Mhm.
end up being wrong about it, then sometimes your judgment meter's off.
Yeah.
So, and I know I'm gonna have my empaths in the comments saying, "Well, you just get a vibe. You get a vibe." No, if you were wrong, the vibe was wrong.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's okay to just go things without knowing. I know we want to be in control
Mhm.
sometimes and just be like, "I know this person," or "I don't want to be wrong," or "I feel this." It's okay to be wrong about things like that. So if we go in with that open heart, open mind, we have nothing to say to make Osha cry.
Yeah, I'm wrong all the time, so.
I have no problem being wrong.
Yeah.
I would rather be wrong than right, especially if it can save a friendship or potentially lead to a good friendship.
Yeah.
That's actually all I have for today. I can't wait to our next video. Let me know in the comments, how do you handle that if someone's ever told you that, or if you've ever said it before. I would love to hear about it. I would love to know any tips on how to handle it if someone did tell you that to move forward.
The one and only.
Thank you for joining me, Amanda. It was really good talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hopefully, I didn't say anything too bad. I try not to use anybody's names, my bad. I feel like sometimes it may be too obvious.
No, the social media, they definitely know. I'm just kidding.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, but thank you for having me. Thank you for OSHA's followers for having me here. Don't rip me to shreds, please. But yeah, no, yeah. Overall, for friendships for me, like as they come and go, and the ones that stay, they're worth it. So.
I love that. The ones that say they are worth it.
Mhm.
But we're definitely
Mhm.
giving grace in the comments as well. So don't worry about anybody ripping anybody to shreds. All right, well, I will see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See y'all later.